Havenites, I'm Josh Olive with Haven Comics. This is Thursday night, which means it's time for Shop Talk. So we're going to jump right into it here in just a second. Hey, everybody, we are glad to have you join us, whether you're watching live or you're watching afterwards when it's convenient for you. Either way, thank you. We appreciate it. Speaking of things I appreciate, I'm going to go ahead and bring on the little loud one himself, Alan. What's up?
I am very appreciable. So now, okay, I had to reboot, but now you're like freezing and you still sound like metallic.
Well, you're frozen currently on my screen and you sound metallic.
Hang on, I'm logged into YouTube. Let's see what's going on the YouTubes.
This isn't the Weather Channel.
Yeah,
That's
really.
right. Thank you for what's happening, Kane? How you doing?
We never claimed to be professionals.
That's a very good point. We did, in fact, not claim to be professionals. I'm sure we can be professional at some things, but this probably is not one of those things. So, Alan, how's your week been, man? What you been doing?
Absolutely nothing. We are in that time of the year where it seems like it is one dance competition after another, and life has not slowed down. We got one more dance competition, not this weekend, but next weekend, and then we can take a break. So I'm looking forward to that. Other than one comic book, I am completely caught up on everything.
What's the one comic book?
A Flash Gordon Quarterly. I still haven't been able to read it yet.
All right.
Yeah, that's the only one. I think next I'll continue reading my comics, but I think I'm also going to dive into Peter Straub's Ghost Story. I think I'm going to read that.
Well, we got a few things to talk about up front. Let's start with, and maybe you can pull it up on your screen. Let's start with the exclusive cover announced for the expo, because holy smokes, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, give me just a minute. Let me get to it.
For anybody who hasn't seen it, the expo this year is going to have two guests there. One of which is Mark Spears. We all knew that because we're comic book people and we live here in Huntsville. The other one, maybe we don't know as well, is Art the Clown from the Terrifier movies. And look at that cover. That is an exclusive cover you can only get at the expo. You can order it online and all that stuff. Not clowns, no. Yeah, that one's got two on there, and two people in special hats. So the Venn diagram of clowns and hats, the same amount of coverage.
And if I can get my hands on one of those metal covers signed by Mark and the actor that plays Art the Clown,
yeah,
you will be able to swing by Haven's booth and purchase it for $2,500, non-negotiable, and Josh knows why that amount.
That's true, I do. And you know what? That's legit too.
You not only would you be purchasing that particular book metal cover, you would also be fulfilling a lifelong dream of mine, because I would not come home with that money. I would come home with the grail of all grails, as far as I'm concerned.
For anybody who doesn't know what that is, that's Daredevil #1. Yeah, so beautiful. But look at that cover, y'all. I mean, that is insane.
It really is. I like the bloody logo down here.
Right there on his chest, the Huntsville Expo badge with the blood all over it.
Have you ever watched the movie Terrifier?
I have not.
Um, honestly, I think I like the black cover better.
Well, that's the foil. That's not the metal.
Well, um, so I've
I
only
agree
seen,
with you. I like it better too. It pops harder.
yeah, I've only seen the first one. I have not seen the others, and it's just simply a time thing with me. But being a fan of horror movies, this is senseless, gratuitous violence. About halfway through the movie, I was like, why? I don't understand why everybody's so fascinated with it. It's actually kind of dumb. But I had already invested the time, so I finished watching it. And by the end of it, it was like, okay, I get it now. I understand why everybody likes it so much.
Yeah, I don't know if he's from Huntsville, Keith, or if he's just from around here somewhere, but he's definitely from the area in general, and
I
he's going to
think
be
he's from
here.
Huntsville.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but he's if you want to get a photo op with him, uh, he's doing photo ops in the makeup.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, he's doing photo ops, so you don't get your picture with the actor, you get your picture with Art the Clown. Um, you get your picture there. So I would recommend uh, if you want a photo op with him, sign up for it early. Jeremy said they've already sold 80 of them and they haven't even advertised it yet.
Wow. Yeah, I'm actually reading it here, and Laserbeak is correct, and this is what it says on his Wikipedia page. It says Thornton grew up in Huntsville, Alabama. As a child, he first appeared on stage in a production by the local drama company Fantasy Playhouse Children's Theater. He graduated from
Did it
Huntsville's
say which
Grissom.
one?
Nope. Says he graduated from Huntsville's Grissom High School and received a degree in elementary education from Central Alabama Liberal Arts College, the University of Montebello. He is like all about North Alabama in his
Yeah,
early life.
all kinds of local. Yeah. But that's pretty spectacular. Very popular movie. Um, it's pretty great stuff. And so there's going to be, yeah, where's my wife when I'm correct?
Yeah, really.
Nowhere within earshot. That's one of the rules of the universe. She will never know. Uh, but anyway, so you can get that book, and then you can get it signed by Mark, and you can get it signed by the actor. Um, and of course, CGC is going to be there. So that's a heck of a thing, and I strongly recommend it.
Yeah, I do believe that I will be getting. I mean, all joking aside, I'm gonna grab one. I'll get Mark and David Thornton to sign them both, and I'll probably send it off to get graded.
I'm definitely doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be one of those that'll have to be done. I will give him credit where credit is due. That first, and like I said, I've only seen the first one. I have not seen any of the others, but that first one is it is a low budget movie, as you would expect.
He made it
But
for $35,000.
yeah, he is very good at the physicality of a character like that does not talk, conveying everything through facial expressions and body movements. He is very good at that.
Huh.
So you do need to watch it before the expo. You do need to watch it. What we need to do is we need to head to Nick's house because for some god unknown reason he put an 85-inch TV in his bedroom.
What an idiot!
And yeah, an 85-inch TV in his bedroom, and we need to pile up in his bedroom and watch Terrifier.
You
He will
know,
never sleep in that room again.
I'm up for that. I say we should do that.
Okay, you are completely frozen now. I've even got it pulled to YouTube, and it's kind of cutting in and out.
I'm completely frozen.
Yep, And it's when you do say something, it's very jerky and back and forth. Yeah, I haven't. Oh, that's Josh.
Yeah.
Where to go? Where to go? Where to go?
Just once my computer is not acting weird.
Like I said, I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen the other two yet. I'll probably end up watching them. But see, Kane says we're both coming in just fine. That's weird. I wonder if it's just a StreamYard thing on our end.
That, or it could just be your computer's messed up, because we always know when mine's messed up because it just says adios, I'm done.
Yeah.
Um,
That's strange because I did reboot. Oh well.
Yes, you did. So, second thing, let's talk about. And anybody who saw the cover for this week's or the what do they call that? The thumbnail for this week's show. Vertigo is back. Vertigo is back. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts there, Alan? Let's think back about what Vertigo used to be, what it became, then it disappeared. So, what are your thoughts? What's your takes on the Vertigo?
Okay. I want to look up and see what they're actually doing first before I do that. Because to me, Vertigo is three very particular comic books. And if these comic books are not represented in this new Vertigo universe on some level, possibly 4 books, to me, it's not Vertigo. You've got to have Swamp Thing. You've got to have Hellblazer. And not that Constantine crap that they come out with for New 52. I'm talking, we need to go back to actual Hellblazer. You've got to have Preacher. And I would really like to see the return of Sandman on some level. To me, those are Vertigo comics, but you really, ultimately, Vertigo comics to me is Swamp Thing. That was the best.
I disagree with you about all of that. Those are Vertigo comics, yes, but part of what Vertigo did was they told stories that had endings. Those stories ended.
Yeah.
So you can't say bring me back a story that's over or that ain't Vertigo.
You could very easily bring back Swamp Thing though.
Swamp Thing, but that's the only one.
Well, you could also bring back Sandman, but I don't think it would have the same magic that it did.
Not with the current environment, you couldn't.
No.
Not with what he's been accused of.
Well, I did see where that's been dismissed in the States.
I've seen that he says that it's been debunked, but I haven't seen that from anywhere else.
Yeah, I actually saw a news thing on that. It popped across my news feed because I'm always looking at comic book news.
Yeah.
That some circuit court judge dismissed it, said that could not be pursued here. That would have to be pursued in New Zealand.
That doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it didn't happen, that he's innocent or anything. I'm just saying that's what they put on there.
He's not a pervert and a racist in America, so that's okay. I mean, come on. I would like to believe that it's a bunch of hokum because I really like a lot of the things that he's written. Transmit was great. Warren Ellis turned out to be a schmuck too. So yeah.
And Why the Last Man? That ended up being a great series, but there's no way.
Why the Last Man was great.
Yeah, there's no way to bring that back though.
No, that would be difficult. But that's part of the thing, right? It's Vertigo. They come up with these things, and some of them are short-lived, and some of them last forever or last a long time. But they all have endings in them, and I think you can't say if it doesn't have Preacher, then that ain't Vertigo, because Preacher's over and done, man.
I know, but still, there's just certain books that I just associate Vertigo with. Now, see,
Just plugged in new headphones, new earbuds and microphone. Does that help any?
We'll give it a second. Kane, I think you're right on that. Dead Man, that would make a great Vertigo run.
Dead Man would be a great Vertigo book. And that's actually, it would be a better Vertigo book than it is a DC book. I'll say that.
Yeah, and I don't think, and I understand why they did DC Dark.
Oh, the Black Label?
Yeah, Black Label. That got derailed really fast. What aggravates me
got derailed right out of the gate.
And it got derailed by people that don't even read comic books. So why should we care what they think?
Yep. Could not agree more.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like the people that complain about rides at Disney. The majority of them never even been to Disney. Shut up.
Yep.
So, I know this is, the modern age. We can be offended by anything that's not ours.
You know what I think would be pretty great from Vertigo? Like a set in the 50s, but Vertigo style. Set in the 40s or 50s, Vertigo style JSA book.
See, that's what I was thinking, with like the Black Label, the way they did that. Why don't they take some of these characters? I mean, I'm sure you could do like a 6-issue series between Batman and Clayface that could, really push the boundaries of Vertigo.
Yeah, although I wouldn't put Batman over there just because it comes with so many predefined notions in people's heads. Yeah. But like I forget his name now, Sam Spade, and that's probably not him. He's from something else. But the detective that was actually in Detective Comics before Batman, one of the earliest DC characters. Have a good noir book like that set in Vertigo. You could do that in a heartbeat. Absolutely. You could do that in a heartbeat, and it would be awesome.
Yeah, or even take not Sandman, the God of Dreams, but take Sandman, the gas mask.
Yeah.
Sandman,
yeah.
Put him in Vertigo.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of those kind of characters that I think would thrive in the Vertigo environment. And I think could do well, but keep the same weirdness and flavor of we're introducing new stuff and new people. Nobody ever heard of Why the Last Man before that came to Vertigo. It didn't exist, right?
Yep.
Fables. What a phenomenal book that was. God, yep. Fables was a great book. Kane, have you ever read Fables? If not, we're going to need to fix that. I'm sitting here waiting and watching the comments like, what's he going to say? What's Kane going to say? But the first book, they're pulling this Nice House by the Sea book. The first 3 volumes. All right. Yeah. It's a great series. Really loved it. But they're pulling Nice House by the Sea and saying, oh, that's a Vertigo book too, but that's already like on 9 issues or something. So that's kind of weird to me that they're doing that. But this first book is called Bleeding Hearts. Have you read the synopsis of it?
No, I have not read. I really hadn't read the synopsis of any of the Vertigo books.
All right, it's the world has been taken over by zombies. There's still non-zombies around, but they're just like they did not win the non-zombies, right? So the world's taken over by zombies. They've got their own culture. They have what passes for conversation and that sort of thing. But then mysteriously, at least for one of them, his heart starts beating again. And he suddenly is room in his brain for other things besides thinking brains. It's written by Denise Camp, who's the same guy who is writing Absolute Martian Manhunter and The Ultimates. Same guy. He's just on fire.
But that premise had already been done through the movie Warm Bodies. And
Never heard of it.
Warm Bodies actually is one of the first. The guy that plays Beast in X Men First Class, and all that. That was one of his first movies, and he plays. It's a zombie apocalypse and everything, and he plays a zombie that doesn't realize he's a zombie, and he's actually falling in love with a girl who is alive. And eventually, one day, his heart does start beating again. He starts turning human again, and it all goes back to he was in love with her.
Interesting.
I wouldn't even classify that as a horror movie. It is a great movie. It was a very under the radar movie, but what you just described, if I pick up this Bleeding Hearts and it's because he's fallen in love with a girl, I'm gonna put it right back down.
It is not.
It better not be.
He doesn't even meet a girl until the very end, and she's got a gun trained on him. I mean, that's the last page.
Oh, please, let me make that was a good movie. Hush your mouth. It was sweet. It was innocent. It was everything that I needed to watch in a heartwarming, heartfelt evening. Whatever. I can't bullshit that anymore. But no, I mean, I like the movie.
Well, hang on a second. I haven't had a chance to read this yet. I just pulled it open and started flipping through it. But there's other ones. There's one. Of course, now I can't remember anything. But there is a detective series that's coming out under Vertigo, and I'm looking forward to that one. But on the whole, I'm excited for the concept of Vertigo being revived. I hope they're able to recapture the magic of Vertigo.
I think depending on what they do, and I'm willing to give them a chance because it is Vertigo, but I think that recapturing that magic is going to be hard for some of us old heads because we remember what we used to get. So I'm just going to have to wait and see what they do.
I mean, are you going to give them a fair shot, or are you just going to write them off without doing that?
No, I'm giving them a fair shot. It was actually that the one that you were talking about that's the detective, I believe that's Brutal Dark. But I was wanting to give that Black Tower, the Raven Conspiracy a chance. And that I think Fanatic looks pretty good. And then there was one, The Walking Shadow. Those were the three that I thought looked fairly decent that I wanted to give a shot.
So you want to pop some stuff up on the screen and show people?
Yeah, I can do that right quick. Share screen. Let's do this and do that and click that. So this is The Walking Shadow, and there's no synopsis with it. But I mean, I think that looks pretty cool. I'm willing to give that one a shot. I have no idea what this one is about.
Me neither.
This is that Fanatic.
Yeah, you already like that idea, don't you?
Well, it's given single white female vibes. That movie.
I remember that movie.
Yeah, or Swim Fan.
Okay.
Okay.
Necrotatious, I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know that one reads Vertigo to me, though. I think that could have been. I mean, I'm sure it's gory and stuff, but that doesn't scream Vertigo to me.
Yeah, and when you look at it, it almost looks like some type of zombie T-Rex.
Yeah, that would be necrotatious.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Okay, well, I have no idea what that means. That's a big word for a little redneck.
Well, you've got Cretaceous and you have necrotizing, which means dead. So yeah.
And this is that Black Tower, the Raven Conspiracy.
Valiant Comics for that one.
Yeah. Only thing this cover is missing is Turok.
That's true. That's a big honker there.
Have
100 Bullets is coming back. There you go.
Yep, that one's coming back. This is that brutal dark.
Yeah, that's one, an Ezra Kane mystery. That's
Yeah.
it. That's the detective one.
See, and for some reason, and I mean, everybody knows that I'm old up in here. The picture of this guy with the sunglasses on his forehead like that and the cigarette, for whatever reason, when I first saw that, the first thing I thought of was Kid Eternity.
I totally thought you were going to say Max Headroom.
No, I was straight up Kid Eternity when I saw that.
That could be what that is. And there's Bleeding Hearts. That one comes out this week, or that one came out this week, dropped on Wednesday.
I think you're definitely going to have older readers picking it up for nostalgia, and they're probably going to do exactly what I'm doing. They're going to go after the titles that they think that will be right along those lines.
See, scroll back down. The next one, that one you just looked at, and you had the Kid Eternity discussion. For me, that art style doesn't look like Vertigo.
No.
So I have a hard time visually linking that to Vertigo, because Vertigo had a look, right? And I think that's part of what bothers me about the Necretaceous too. That sounds like a fun book, Zombie Dinosaurs, but looking at the cover, looking at the art, the color scheme, that doesn't scream Vertigo.
And some of those Vertigo books, literally just nothing. I mean, and I'm not like picking at the art style, because I love the art style of some of those books like that. Some of those books, when you picked them up, just the way the art was, the fact that it was Vertigo, and the fact that you knew you were going to get more bizarre adult themes and not your typical comic book, they almost felt dirty. Not in a, certain situations or adult themes dirty. I'm just talking like they felt gritty. Some of them did.
They were gritty. They had that really heavy blacks in there a lot. Which, if you look, that's certainly part of the time period, right? You got your grunge, you got all that stuff, and you got all that dark punk pushback kind of thing. But there was also a certain style to the art too. You didn't have a whole lot of super fine lines and pretty renders. You had a lot of inky, gritty looking art, and that helped to seal it in that kind of environment. And so all of those books kind of had that look and feel to them. There was something stark about them.
Yep.
And that's what some of these books don't look like. They have that kind of starkness to them, that kind of dark ambiance that was part of the original Vertigo line.
Now, to another point that was in question, the counterculture kids, I honestly just don't see a counterculture this day and age.
It's because it's so fractured.
Not like it was when we were younger.
Yeah, because it's so fractured. There's so many pockets of cultures, and such, rather than one large culture that you could be a counterculture to that and form a community. There's just a lot of pockets. It is a very different world now. Here, 30 years later.
So I just found this little thing, and it gives a one-sentence description about all the titles.
Let's hear it.
So for Bleeding Heart, it says, zombie named Poe discovers his heart beating again, threatening his place in a society where death reigns supreme. End of Life, which is the one that you said didn't fit, and I call it Kid Eternity.
Yeah.
It says, a top-tier hitman returns to his Midwestern hometown to care for his dying father and confront his own mortality. That's not Vertigo to me.
That could be. It's on the edge.
Peril of the Brutal Dark, an Ezra Kane mystery, is a noir detective tale that collides with magic, fascism, and a stolen artifact of unimaginable power. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. 100 Bullets, the U.S. of Anger, says Longo returns to America and reignites chaos, taking the nation's darkest impulses to their violent extremes. Black Tower, the Raven conspiracy. Wizard spies in the UK navigate a global Cold War over sorcery, revealing a hidden world of occult power.
That sounds pretty Vertigo.
Yeah, to me, that one definitely sounds Vertigo. Necretaceous. Necretaceous to me sounds more AWA. Listen to this. Scientists attempt to time travel to stop a zombie virus, only to land 66 million years in the past among the dinosaurs.
So that's pretty much the plot of the dinosaur ride at Animal Kingdom.
Yep.
Only they're not going to try and grab a dinosaur and bring it back before the comet hits or the asteroid hits.
Fanatic looks like it could be a lot of fun depending on how they do it, and I kind of like that. It in a way, it almost seems like they're poking fun of themselves a little bit. It says a woman's obsession with a comic book spirals into a deadly parasocial fixation on its creator.
Okay, so it's Misery, but in comic books?
Misery in comic book form.
Okay.
The Crying Doll is says a Jekyll and Hyde thriller about just how far a young woman would go to protect her best friend who may or may not be a killer. That sounds like it might be interesting.
Yeah.
From a mystery standpoint, but it does not scream Vertigo to me. Now, this next one, the last one, A Walking Shadow, it does sound more Vertigo. It is 8 strangers wake up chained to a boat in the middle of the woods. No memory, no escape, no explanation.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like it could be a lot of fun. What up, James?
James, what's happening?
So yeah, out of the A Walking Shadow.
See, Daniel says your audio sounds weird too.
Huh. Okay, well, we're just going to go with it. I've already reviewed it. Let me. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Hopefully, I don't know.
Do I sound weird too, Daniel, or is it just Alan?
We were kind of having this discussion earlier. We didn't know who it was.
Books you got from Lydia. Yeah, that's been some time. We lost Lydia a long time ago. And it is
I wonder
just
what it could
you.
be.
I sound like an angel. Did you hear that?
We try to keep this PG. Do not make me start cussing. It is before 8 p.m. The children are still awake.
That's true. That's true.
Now another one, this that Black Tower, the Raven conspiracy. It's written by Ron V.
Yes. Okay.
So that's gonna be fun right there.
And he has written Swamp Thing.
Well, the run that he did on Detective Comics, it took us a while to figure that thing out because it was weird, but it got really good and really dark.
Yeah.
So I think he is a great writer for Vertigo. It's just going to depend on. I think it's really going to depend on how far they let him go.
Well, I think in Vertigo they're going to let them do what they want.
So we will have to wait and see. I don't know, when are they supposed to start releasing?
The first one came out this week, dude.
Oh, is that Bleeding Hearts that came out this week?
Yep. It will be on the shelf when you swing by tomorrow.
Oh, speaking of tomorrow, I think head up at Low Mill is having a Art of Dr. Seuss exhibit.
Really?
It's supposed to be there all weekend.
I did not know that.
I happened to see it, I think, on Facebook the other day, and we're going to run by there as soon as she gets out of school tomorrow and check it out.
Cool. That sounds pretty good. Might have to see if Leslie wants to go do that.
Yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow if it's any good or not.
that's exactly what we were trying to figure out, Daniel. Is Vertigo just putting a name back on some books, or are they going to be able to recapture what made Vertigo Vertigo? Right?
Yeah.
This unchained storytelling that all kind of had a certain vibe to it, even though the books were totally dissimilar. Um, I I hope, I really, really hope that they're able to do that. I really, really do, because we have a, this world needs Vertigo in it, just not Vertigo wannabes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he's walking away. Was it something you said, Daniel? I don't know. Could be. Could be. So I'm crossing my fingers. Which of those Vertigo titles are you guys interested in out there in the comments? Any of those that sound good to you? He
I
had to
lose the hoodie. I was
represent.
getting hot.
He had to represent. Look at that shirt. What? Should there have been a 1990s laser tag movie? That's the kind of thing they would do today, is make a movie of laser tag. I heard they're making a Hungry Hungry Hippo movie where hippos are actually running around eating people. So that's a darn good question. Oh snap! I thought it was a comic book show and not a gun show. My little nephew, man, when he was a kid, he was just a titchy tiny little thing. I mean, he might have been a year and a half, maybe two, and you know how parents get their kids to do the silly kid tricks. He would stand there and he would go, "Do you have your tickets to the gun show?" It was hilarious. God, he was adorable. Um, yeah, that's exactly right. But if you look at some of the writers they've got here, Dennis Camp, Rom V, some of these writers, I think will bring that. I don't know about all of them, but if we're honest, they didn't all bring that back in the day either. There were a lot of Vertigo books that just kind of nobody cared about um, long term. But yeah, I hope that that's what they do. Home Alone in the Jungle, Jumanji. Uh, yeah,
Yeah. Um, yeah, Daniel, there's a couple in there that sounds like they could have some pretty good depth to them. That Black Tower, whatever it was, that sounds like that one's gonna be fun. And the detective one sounds like it could be fun. The one that I think is going to be, could very possibly go the darkest, is going to be that the Dark Shadow.
oh, this is an interesting question, and that's an easy one for me. Um, so I'll ask you, Alan. You're going forward in time, and you can manifest a spaceship from a movie and bring it to. What are you bringing?
What spaceship am I bringing, or what I'm taking to them? Period.
What movie ship do you manifest and bring to them? That's the question.
Um,
Because now I said that was easy, and I have my initial answer, but now I'm rethinking.
I've got one that I would love to, and I know they're going to say that it's outdated, and some of y'all may even make fun of me. I am not going with the Enterprise. I'm not going with anything from Star Wars. I'm going with Serenity from Firefly.
Oh, good answer. I like that. You want to know what I was going with?
What you going with?
Flight of the Navigator.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
The liquid metal and it just boop 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 forms the steps and you go in. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, Lost in Space would be a good one. One of the reasons why I would have to go with the Serenity is just simply because I know I could live on it.
Oh, for sure.
with plenty of room for other people if they wanted to join me.
Ooh, yeah, one of those thought-powered precog things from Minority Report. Yeah, I could see that. Whoa, whoa, whoa! They're remaking Flight of the Navigator. I was going to say, but that was such a perfect movie. But I watched it not too long ago, and there are still elements of it that are perfect. That opening sequence where you see the UFO just slowly coming across the screen, and you're like, okay, it's a
Yeah.
UFO. And then it's not a UFO because you see the dog jumping up to get it. It was a frisbee. Um, and you had this whole time you're thinking UFO, 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 frisbee. Oh, okay. Um, that kid, I thought he was amazing when I was a kid, but going back and watching it, um, he was not as good an actor as I think we have kids today that are. Um, yeah, I think James Cagney would kick some people's butts. That dude's amazing. I love Jimmy Cagney. You give me some angels with dirty faces any day.
You're going to laugh at me, but only if we put him in the ring with Audrey Murphy.
Audie Murphy, like, yeah, he's singing cowboy, but that dude is a war hero, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Audrey Murphy could pull it off. Yeah, it says right here, Flight of the Navigator reimagining is in development for Disney Plus with Bryce Dallas Howard attached to direct and produce.
Okay, I do like her. She does good work.
Says the new female-led version will be produced by Howard's Nine Muses company along with blah, 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 blah. Aimed to modernize the 1986 sci-fi classic premise of a child bonding with an alien ship.
But it won't have a super hot Sarah Jessica Parker in it, I bet.
Probably not.
That was the first time I had ever seen Sarah Jessica Parker, and I was like, I don't know who this angel is, but I like her.
Yeah, and it is slated for Disney Plus. It's not going to be a movie theater thing.
Buster Keaton comes back to life to play action villains. That's an interesting idea. If I were going to bring back an old actor, one that was popular in his time but has not enjoyed a lot of success or a lot of popularity afterwards, I'd like to see what he could do in a modern setting with the way things are today, is Harold Lloyd. I'd love to see what Harold Lloyd could do.
Harold Lloyd?
That dude was a genius.
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, I guarantee you'll come up with a picture of him hanging from the front of a clock.
Yep, that's the first picture that pops up.
That'll be the first thing that pops up because that's all that people really remember of Harold Lloyd.
If you were going to do something like that with him,
would he not make a great David Banner?
Actually, I would like to see with what he did physically. I would like to see him play Remo Williams in a Remo Williams remake.
I could see that.
Dude, I loved that Remo Williams movie when I was a kid. That, or there was a Disney movie that it's extremely hard to find. I don't think I've ever even seen it. Not saying it's not on Disney Plus before y'all take off running. But there was a Disney movie that came out when I was a child that he was in.
Condor Man.
Condor Man.
God, I love Condor Man.
That was such a great.
Condor Man. Dun, 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 dun. The Kraknovich.
Okay.
Hey, I also like Laser Lady. Oh, we got some comics to talk about
for a minute because I do need to be out of here by 8:30 tonight.
Alrighty, he has a curfew, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk some comics.
All right. Ooh. So some of these we talked about some last week, so I'll blaze past them pretty quick. Batman issue 6. He is not happy with Damian at all.
He shouldn't be
on any level. And the fact that he was so mad, he punched that punching bag and split it in two. Yeah, he's furious. So
he can also afford a new one.
Yeah, and I hate that you pointed out how his legs were drawn in that one page.
It bothered me.
As soon as I turned the page, that's all I could see was his legs.
Yeah, it bothered me. It was weird.
This one we did talk about last week, and we went a little bit in depth on it, but I did enjoy boss battle. I just felt like this should have been a double issue with more fleshed out stories.
None of the fights had conclusions really, and that bothered me.
No, and
I get why they didn't, but it's dumb. They should have figured something out.
the only thing that I really and truly liked about Joker and Annabelle was the simple fact that whatever happened when you did not see it, and that makes it even more disturbing.
Oh yeah.
So, but I think Joker and Annabelle could have been so much better though. One that I thoroughly enjoyed. I enjoyed this a lot more than what I thought I would, and I think we might be on opposite ends of the spectrum on this particular book.
Uh-oh.
Because I immediately texted you and said, "Hey, sign me up for it."
Oh yeah.
I mean, I thought it was fun. There are some really cool covers for this book that are throwbacks to the original movie posters.
Yeah.
And those things look gorgeous.
Did you enjoy that? I mean, talk to people about it because it was not for me.
So I enjoyed it because I was a fan of the original movies growing up. I liked seeing those characters interact with the Fantastic Four. It did have a little bit of a nostalgic feel. The story itself, it was decent. I can see there's definitely room for improvement, but I can see where they're going with it. The way this particular story, the way this particular issue ended with who you see at the end of it, you're just like, oh, this is about to get good. Well, oh crap, what is his name? Red Ghost,
Red Ghost.
Yeah, Red Ghost. It does kind of lead you to believe a little bit on some level. Did Red Ghost find the Planet of the Apes, or is Red Ghost the cause of the Planet of the Apes? So it kind of opened up a couple of questions that, you know, I really wanted answered. I mean, I've enjoyed this a lot more, but I think in order to enjoy it, you're going to have been a fan of the original movies. I liked the way everybody looked in it. I liked how they did not try to modernize the original characters at all. They literally looked in some panels like they just stepped off the movie screen, and I thought that was great.
I like it from a recognizability perspective, but I never liked the look of those characters, so it's still the exact same thing I didn't like.
Yeah, and see, I was the exact opposite. When I was a child, I was fascinated by those characters and how they did the makeup for them. And that was just me, though. But no,
kind of uncanny valley for me. I didn't like it.
Okay.
I haven't watched the Spider-Man Noir trailer yet. Today's been a crazy busy day, so I have not had a chance to do that. Planning to do that this evening.
Daniel, if you liked Planet of the Apes movies as a kid, you'll like this comic book. You'll definitely like this book because it's got a little bit of that feel to it, and you get the nostalgia of seeing those characters. I really enjoyed it.
Even though it's full of damn dirty apes?
Yep, still those damn dirty apes. Oh God, yeah, I'd play Bob in a heartbeat. I would play Bob in a heartbeat. Next up, this issue is a little bittersweet for me. We do have the conclusion of the Flash from Two Universes. It's a definitive end. This is literally Jeremy Adams' last issue on Flash. Next up, we've got an entirely new team. We're going to have an entirely new story. The reason why this is bittersweet is if they would have decided to end it, this book had the perfect ending for the Flash Gordon saga, period. It was done. Not only did Flash save Mongo, but the way things are done, Mongo is going to be, it's basically going to go back in time to where a point where it was a complete planet on the other side of the solar system. But where it's at currently, it puts Flash, Zarkov, and Dale Arden within distance of a few days flight of Earth. They actually get to go home.
Have you ever noticed that you always say just one name for everybody except Dale Arden, and it's always Dale Arden? It's the whole name. Have you ever noticed that?
Because it should be Dale Greenlove, but that's beside the point.
That's because, like everyone else, we all have a crush.
Exactly. And the artist on here, he knew how to draw Dale Arden. So next up on my list,
I have to confess something real quick. I don't know if any of my players are watching this. Kaylisa might be. But in the world that I created for my RPG that we run on Saturdays, I have a city that I named after Dale Arden. I just shifted things a little bit. It's called Den Arthen. And that was named after Dale Arden.
Good. Next one is, I don't know how I feel about this one. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if you've read it yet, but Twilight Zone issue 4.
Oh, Kaylisa is watching, so now she knows. Yeah, Den Arthen was named after Dale Arden.
But yeah, the false bottom, this is the ending is textbook Twilight Zone.
Isn't it?
Rod Sterling would be proud of the ending of this book. But getting to the ending, that brother and sister combo wore my nerves out by the time I even got to page 2.
Agreed.
But once everything started happening, it got really good. But that ending, even when you read the ending, you're like, man, that's messed up even by Twilight Zone standards.
Yeah.
That was the perfect, and I know that Aaron said he liked Twilight Zone. Aaron, you need to pick this issue up. The perfect Twilight Zone ending. One thing, and I know we're only on issue 4, anything can happen between now and then. I love the fact that our story is one comic book. It is self-contained, beginning, middle, and end.
It's Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
I will say that particular issue is the first time that we've had walk-ins coming into the store looking for that issue. I don't know why. I don't know what. But we've had several people come in looking for that issue.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And I know that this particular issue, the guy that wrote it is also the artist. He did the entire thing.
You remember that book, Parliament of Rooks?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to see Abigail Harding take on a Vertigo, take on a story in that. I think she would be great. The same author or same person who created Parliament of Rooks. I'd just like to see her take on it.
Yep. Next up, and I really hope this goes the way that I think it should go. But Absolute Green Lantern issue 11. Hal Jordan is cured of the Black Hand, but Hal Jordan needs the Black Hand back.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping that him getting the Black Hand back is what actually ends up saving the day.
What do you think? Do you think it's going to go that way?
I think it is, because I just don't see them turning Hal Jordan into a villain, even though I think it would be brilliant if they did.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. But the characters, what they're building here, they're definitely world building their own little corner of the Absolute universe. And it's been a lot of fun. Next up is another absolute book, and I think every single hero that has fought in KO should thank their lucky stars that Absolute Hawkman was not in the KO tournament.
I do not disagree at all. That
One
absolute
thing
Hawkman is no joke.
One thing that I noticed about this Absolute Hawkman was I have not noticed it before, but you actually get a close up with the helmet and everything.
Yep.
I love the mummy bandages around his face underneath the helmet. That was such a cool touch. I mean, this Hawkman is brutal. And for anyone that would ever say Hawkman would never stand a chance in a fight with Superman, this Hawkman does. Read this version of Hawkman, and yes, he would be in every moment of that fight.
I wholeheartedly agree. And frankly, I think I continue to say this absolute Superman, I think, is telling a better story than absolute Batman. Absolute Batman's great, and I love it, which again, I totally eat my words because I thought it was going to be garbage. I thought it was just going to be silliness. But it's a lot of shock and spectacle, and it's good. I like that about it. But I think Absolute Superman is a better narrative arc. It's a better story. Um, and I just love it.
To me, the best story that Absolute Batman has told has
What's the
literally
last
been
issue?
the last issue with him and Wonder Woman. Absolute Batman has definitely had its moments. It had some cool parts in its story, but I agree with you 100%. Overall, the better story run, so to speak, is Absolute Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
So, and I still enjoy. I still like the fact that they have not forced this Superman and this Batman together.
Exactly.
They're just letting them do their thing in their own little corners. I don't know if Absolute Batman would work without this version of Alfredo.
Uh, I like what Alfred brings to the table here. It is very different, but he was Batman before Alfred showed up, and I think that's important.
He was, but I think this version of Alfred just adds more to it. Because in a lot of these books, it's actually Alfred that's narrating it,
Yes,
and I don't think there's enough depth to this version of Batman to be able to narrate a book like that and to keep you enthralled the way this version of Alfred does.
I don't disagree. I think you're probably right about that. That
Somebody
makes
call
sense
my
to
wife now because I'm right about something.
me. Is that all the comics you got to talk about?
All the comics I have got. Like I said, though, some of those we talked about last week. I I would have to say my pick of the week, though, was definitely the Absolute Hawkman versus Absolute Superman. But I did love that Planet of the Apes Fantastic Four crossover.
Well, I have not. This is my stack from this week, and I haven't had a chance to read all of them yet. I will say there are a couple of things that struck me as weird, and this one, I realized that the books got delayed and everything, but this is a super weird book to put out in February. Go ahead,
Yeah.
bigging me. That's just a weird book for February. It's amazing what 60 days will do to a book. You did not embiggen me.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at my microphone settings to see if I could clear that up some.
But yeah, that's just a weird thing to put out in February. Still good. So I haven't read it yet, but part of that's because it just strikes me as strange. I have not gotten to read any of these yet, but we'll step through them real quick. We already talked about Bleeding Hearts. That's the new Vertigo book. I'm looking forward to that and seeing if I like it. We are already sold out of the Absolute Wonder Woman annual. I guess the Absolute Batman annual got everybody kind of surprised and all shook up. But this annual, it's her. It's hard to see on here because it's dark, but this is her taking on Medusa.
Let me hit these two right quick. I would say something fun like Back to the Future. Or if I wanted to get them hyped up, maybe the movie Bulletproof Monk. And for this one, I would probably say, how do you prepare for a role like Silkwood?
Interesting. This one I have not gotten to read yet, but obviously this is very high on the list. I want to read this ASAP. Look at that. Aquaman has been so good. If you're not reading it, you need to be reading it. This is one I hope everybody picks up for multiple reasons. It's called The Center Holds. It's a superhero book, and a percentage of sales from this book goes to the Hero Initiative. So that's going to support comic book writers and artists who don't have insurance and things like that because they're all freelance. And this helps them deal with medical issues and stuff like that. So, really worthy cause. But it's also written by Larry Hama with art by M.D. Bright. Nice. And they worked on G.I. Joe together back in the day. And it's Larry Hama. So, you know it's going to be a good quality story. And it's M.D. Bright, so the art's going to be good. I'm just excited to read this, and I'm glad that the proceeds go to help comic book creators. I think that's pretty great. So I would encourage everybody to give it a read. The Center Holds. Give that a shot. Circus Maximus, number 4. I haven't had a chance to read this one yet either, but the fun continues in the Roman era heist movie that this is. This is a heist. It's great. And this has got the full wraparound cover. So you see all the horse racing and all this stuff. It's pretty awesome. If you like a good Roman era book, this is an excellent choice. I haven't read this one yet, but it has been spoiled for me already. Thank you, Internet. DCKO number 4. It was mostly because CBR got ahead of themselves when they're like, "Oh, we know now what Batman is going to be called after he hands the mantle off to Damian." This amazing reveal. It's not an amazing reveal, and it's a what if from a possible future. So I mean, these guys are just so stupid. But you know what? Damian calls him casually in a throwaway comment. So now that's what Batman is going to be called forever in the future. He calls him the Old Knight.
The Old Knight?
Yep.
Okay.
The Old Knight. But this is Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman meet regular universe Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. It's right here. This is where it happens.
Okay.
I don't like this cover. Again, haven't had a chance to read this yet, but don't like this cover. This bothers me.
That's not looking too good for a boy.
That does not look too good at all. So I have to read this ASAP and see what's going on there because that's troublesome. And now we get to the stack I have read. It's not as many as it looks because I have 3 different covers for this one book. Again, I'm an absolute total hypocrite because I don't normally encourage multiple covers for books, but this is a book I can't help myself. I have a problem, and the first step is admitting you have a problem. And my problem is spelled G.I. Joe. So number 325. first of all, just cover A. That's an awesome cover. That's fantastic. What a great cover. Then you have the cover with the two brand new G.I. Joe team members who are introduced in this issue. Um, Drawn by Mooneyham. And here they are. RC and Downrange. And Downrange is a sniper, and she's pretty awesome. It feels very much like she was clearly based on the shooter character from the original run that never actually happened. But her name is Downrange, and she looks pretty cool. And RC, it makes total sense to me to introduce a guy who is all up on drone warfare. Right?
Nice.
Drones and counter drones. That's today's military. That's what they're fighting with. They even put a nice little drone on there behind him. But yeah, welcome to the team, RC and Downrange. I like it. This was a really solid issue, by the way. You got to see them honing or showing off what they're good at, showing off their skills. And then because I'm an absolute sucker, this is not a blank cover. If you ever collected the action figures, that's a file card blank cover. It's got a place on there for your name and your code name and where you're from and your history, and it's got the distinctive shape.
Now that's cool.
Come on. It's a file card. I got artists I know that I'm going to have to get to do something on here. So, yeah, get you 3 covers of G.I. Joe number 325. Well worth it. I have been singing this book's praises from day one, and this is the final issue of the series. And I'm just going to say it ends very well. It ends with some heartbreak, as a book like this should. But Alien versus Captain America.
And that's the final issue?
This is the final issue.
Does Cap get unalived?
Cap does not.
Then it's not accurate.
He's not an ordinary person, sir.
No, so we're going to have Captain Zeno more now?
No, I don't think so. But what they did with Red Skull in here, creating a hybrid between the alien Brood Queen and Red Skull called the Red King, that's nasty. And they're like in trouble, so they have to call in the invaders to help. One of the invaders is the Human Torch, or the Torch, right? So he can do a lot of damage, but one of them is also Namor. So fighting xenomorphs, they do a pretty good job. But there is some sadness here, that kind of brutal, bittersweet kind of stuff. And then there is a twist at the end I don't want to reveal, but it's pretty darn cool. Because all this takes place during World War II, right? This whole book takes place during World War II. So at the end, it shows them going to dig Cap out of the snow, or out of the ice.
Okay.
So you can guess what happens from there.
I did see where the Alien books are about to start back up in a couple of months.
That's correct.
And Ahmed from Daredevil is writing.
Yep, Saladin Ahmed. Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that. I like his writing style.
I got 2 more books for this week. I'll save this one for last. This one is a second print of a book that not a lot of people bought, which was Incredible Hulk number 30, with the last issue of the Incredible Hulk run. And this is what sets up Infernal Hulk. So this is where things happened that split the Bruce Banner and Hulk personalities and separated them. So they're doing a second print because people are like, now, wait a minute, what happened? Where did this come from? It came from this. This is where that came from.
And see, I was one of those people. I didn't understand Infernal Hulk, the very first issue. And I guess I needed to read that.
Well, let me just show you. No, bear in mind, this had no red label, okay?
Yeah.
So this shows you why that whole red label thing is a complete waste of everyone's time.
Nice.
There's no red label on this. Nobody needed to waste a polypropylene bag or whatever, polyethylene bag. Um, this issue is brutal, absolutely brutal. But if you want to see how what set up Infernal Hulk, this is it, and it's insane. This is nuts, um, in the coolest way possible. And then there is this issue, which when you start reading it, you're going, "What in the heck is going on here? What is happening?" And it takes a little bit of time to figure it out. Um, and then you're like, "Uh-oh, these fools have done messed themselves up because they're gonna be in trouble. They're gonna be in bad trouble."
Oh yeah.
And I would just like to say, for the record, this cover doesn't show up so well on the camera, but this cover is stunning. It's so simple. It is just stunning. This is gorgeous. And Jed McKay does what Jed McKay does, and this is so freaking good. But what's going on in here? These people, they think that they know what they're doing, and they think that they're being real clever, and they got another thing coming, because what they have done to Moon Knight, he is not going to put up with that, and he is going to rain down vengeance on their heads. I suspect, like we haven't seen him do in a long time to anybody. Um, it's pretty amazing. So I'm excited for that. I dropped something on the floor. If anybody's wondering, like I gotta
Now,
pick that up.
did you pick up this Cyclops #1?
I did not. It's selling like hotcakes across the country, though.
I mean, I've sworn off X-Men because they just, for what they've done the past few years, it's like Spider-Man to me. But I kind of want to check this out.
Why is that?
I don't know. There's something about this one. I want to see if they finally do him right. They come close to doing him right in the crap. Powers of X,
House of X, Powers of X, yeah.
Yeah, they come close to doing him right then, but then they ended the series, started the ongoing series, and they completely messed him up all over again.
They've had him messed up for a long, long time. I mean, when they turned him into like this ultimate villain, and then they turned him into the Phoenix, it's just like one thing after the other. Like, what are you doing? What are you people doing?
Now, I'm about to run us way back in the day, but to me, Cyclops has not been right in the comic books since X Factor was in space.
You know what? I'll agree with you. I think you're right. That's twice in one night. You can go home now. I'll agree with you. I think that's about the last time he was right. It's a shame, but I think that's about where it is. I would like to know when he got all jacked up too, because he was used to. They called him slim. He was skinny. He wasn't big and strong and muscle bound, and now he is. He's all ripped, and I think it's probably because people only know how to draw superhero bodies anymore.
Well, think of it like this: when X Factor came back from space, the ship crash lands, and then not a couple of months after that, we get the new X-Men #1.
Yeah.
That was when the 90s really and truly started taking over that body style, and they started slowly just pumping them up.
Yep.
And they just,
All the superheroes got themselves on some steroids.
yeah, and saying, I really wish they would. I understand why they did that. That was the style, that was everything everybody wanted to see at the time. But at the same time, Scott Summers should never be able to compete in a bodybuilding competition with the Hulk.
Correct.
They shouldn't have done that. They should have left him skinny, like you said.
Now,
If
I need some
anything, give him more
clarifying
of a runner's
questions.
body.
I need some answers, clarifying answers to answer this question properly. Um, do I have any insight into what kind of creature we're talking about?
See, to me, I don't even need to ask that question. We're in an alley. So
Well, being in
naturally,
an alley automatically tells me one character. I agree with you, and I suspect it's the same character you're thinking.
um,
But depending on the creature, I might need Doctor Strange.
well, depends. How close are we to the Midnight Mission?
Okay, that's not the character I was thinking.
Who are you thinking?
You put me in an alley, I'm thinking Daredevil.
Well, say if we got a creature chasing us in an alley, I'm automatically thinking Moon Knight because he protects the travelers of the night.
Yours is a better answer. I'm not going to lie. But Captain Ron comics. Captain Ron.
No, that is
All
funny.
I picture is him laying there sleeping with his glass eye open. Lord Captain Ron. That's hilarious. I do not know anybody playing the old Marvel TSR game. I kind of wish I did, but no, I don't. Would
Um,
James Woods have been a good Destro? I don't know. Can he be Scottish?
I think that 1988 James Wood would probably have been a better Cobra Commander.
He would have been a good Cobra Commander.
Um, go with me for just a second on this. I think your good Destro was Telly Savalas.
Is that just because he had the bald head? He didn't come across as Scottish at all.
He did not come across as Scottish, but he could. Him and Yul Brynner just had that air about them.
That said, I think Yul Brynner would have been better than Telly Savalas in that role.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
The out of the woods or out of the box thinking, I was thinking 1988, who would have been good, and he could definitely sound Scottish. We talked about him last week and his role in Highlander. Can't you picture it now?
Christopher Lambert,
No.
Sean Connery.
Yes. Cobra Commander. Can't you see it?
Honestly, just because of the way he carried himself, I would say for a 1988 version of Cobra Commander live action, crap. His name just left me. The guy that played the Kurgan.
Clancy Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he could have pulled off a Destro.
I will say this, and you think back in your head back to the cartoon when we were kids, right? This is something Alex and I talked about several times back in the day. Alex, and I understand 100% why, but Alex said that he was shocked to learn that Destro was supposed to be Scottish for one, but that Destro was supposed to be white. Because if you look at how he was portrayed in the cartoon, he looked and sounded like a black guy.
Yeah.
And Alex was like, I always really liked Destro because I thought he was like me. I thought he was a black guy, and then I find out he's like some Scottish dude. I mean, he was never more disappointed in a character than he was Destro. And I 100% get it because when we were kids, that's what we were given.
Well, I mean, I think about it. There was also an entire generation that was devastated to find out that Hall and Oates was white.
That who?
The band Hall and Oates.
Yeah, you see, you broke up. So you broke up again right when you said it, but you said Hall and Oates.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. How are the sales for Captain America vs. Alien? Not great. They're not bad, but they're not knocking the doors off. And I think it's a real shame. And I think the series got burned from previous Alien versus this or that superhero character because they just weren't that good. Aliens versus Avengers had a lot of promise and then turned out kind of a dud in many respects. It had a lot of promise. It just didn't have the payoff that we wanted. This one has the payoff. This one's a great story. I wish more people were reading it. Are you frozen, Alan, or are you just reading something intently?
I was reading something intently. I'm trying to mess with these audio on my side to see what's actually going on.
It's just that redneck Wi-Fi out there is what it is.
It really is. So they are definitely still working on fiber in my house.
Wasn't that supposed to be done like 6 months ago?
Yeah, well, which I know this is not going to mean a lot to some of y'all, but Josh will understand what I'm saying here. I think that their eyes were bigger than their stomach because they are literally trying to connect from Highway 53 in Harvest up by Publix all the way to Highway 31 close to Athens High School. They're running fiber across that entire area.
Yeah.
And that's a big chunk of land to be running fiber across.
It is. I'll give you that. And there's a lot more houses out there than there used to be.
Yep. So it's just taking them a while. And then one of those things, I mean, once I realized what all they're trying to do, it was like, okay, I can't complain about this. I'm hoping that we have it by the end of 2026, but I think we'll probably have it closer to this summer.
If you take me back to 1988, any role with Lou Gossett Jr., I'm a fan of.
Oh,
that
yeah.
dude was phenomenal. I love Lou Gossett Jr. In literally everything I've ever seen him in. I love that guy. And Michael Keaton playing Tomax and Zaymot, that's interesting. No. Road Pig would be very easy to cast. You have to think outside the box a little bit, and you cast the football player Brian Bosworth.
Yeah,
he was very big with the Seattle Seahawks at the time, and if you could get him off the drugs long enough, he would have been a phenomenal Road Pig.
Yep.
I've never thought of that before, and it sounds like I've been contemplating this for years, the way I just jumped on that like a dog with a bone. But that's the first time it's ever occurred to me. But the minute you said casting Road Pig, in my head, I already had an answer for 1988.
Lou Gossett Jr., you will never be able to beat him when in the movie Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle was so good.
It's so good. All right, well, I actually...
Lou Gossett Jr. was also amazing in Toy Soldiers. Do you remember that movie?
In Toy Soldiers?
Yeah.
The one with Robin Williams?
No, not Robin Williams.
Which one?
It had... Gosh, what's his name? Sean Astin was in it.
Okay, hang on. I'm Googling.
He was, it was the boys' school. What's his face? Will Wheaton was in it. The guy who plays he's in the Indiana Jones movies as the other professor at the university where the Indiana Jones teaches. He was in it. He was the headmaster. But Lou Gossett Jr. was in that movie as well, and he was just
I see that.
Great guy. Yeah. If you haven't seen that movie in a long time, I urge you to go back and watch it because that movie is an absolute hoot. I love that movie. I bought it on Amazon just so I could watch it again and again.
Kane, the movie you're thinking about with Tom Cruise in was the movie Taps. They were all in the military school that was getting shut down. It was a very young Tom Cruise was in the movie.
Well, Toy Soldiers is not a military school, but somebody takes over the school and holds the kids hostage because a lot of like senators' kids go there, that kind of stuff, and they want to use them as bait for negotiation. But the school dropout, he's not a dropout, but he's the kid that gets in trouble all the time. He's the one that's trying to make hooch out of mouthwash and things like that and sell to the other kids. He's the one that's constantly pulling the pranks, constantly in trouble. That's Sean Astin. He's the one that leads the little gang and gets them out of trouble and saves the day. It's a great movie. Very much of its time, but a great movie.
No, I'll check that one out because I don't think I ever actually watched that one.
You need to do it.
I might do that.
We can go over to we can watch that before we watch Art the Clown terrifying people at Nick's house.
Oh Lord, Nick would be begging for a Disney movie after Terrifier.
I have to watch Tangled now.
Yep. Hey, I love Tangled.
Tangled's a great movie.
Yeah.
So which character would you be at the Snuggly Duckling?
I do what?
Which character would you be at the Snuggly Duckling? I know secretly that you're the little old man in the diaper, the little Cupid guy running around.
Oh, I'm definitely him at the end of it, but at the Snuggly Duckling, I don't know if I would be him there though. Oh, I did love that little old guy. And the mime. I like the mime too.
Yeah, he was funny. That's a great movie too. But we got to head out,
jump
y'all.
off here.
It's a little bit of an early night, but thank you guys for sticking with us. Appreciate all you watching live, participating in the chat. And if you're watching later on, we appreciate that too. Thank you guys. Hope you all have a great day, a great weekend. Come out to Haven, pick up some comics, talk some comics with us, and we will see you guys next time. And don't forget, this weekend is Valentine's Day, so don't get caught short. Don't get beat up by your wife or by your girlfriend. Go out and get her something now. You heard it here first. Take care, everybody. Thanks. Whoa, hang on. There.